Hello, this is my project and presentation about the gym as a cultural space for mental health. And I'm going to be talking about how the gym is more than just a place to work out, and it's actually a social and cultural environment that plays a big role in mental health, identity, and everyday life. To start, most people think of the gym as just a place to exercise, to lose weight, or build muscle. But when you really look deeper, the gym is a place where people develop discipline, manage stress, and even shape how they see themselves. It's influenced by social norms, cultural expectations, and ideas about what it means to improve yourself. So, the main focus of my project was this question: how do individuals use the gym to cope with mental health, improve themselves, and either follow or challenge social norms? Now, there are a few reasons why this topic matters. First, exercise has a direct impact on emotional well-being. It helps reduce stress and anxiety, improves mood, and creates mental clarity. It also helps people build routines and discipline, which are important in everyday life. And beyond that, going to the gym reflects larger cultural values like control, productivity, and responsibility. Mental health and exercise. Research strongly supports these ideas. Studies show that people who exercise regularly tend to experience lower levels of stress and better psychological well-being. Exercise isn't just physical, it is mental. It can improve confidence, reduce anxiety, and help people feel more in control of their lives. But the gym is not just about mental health, it's also a social space. When you walk into a gym, you're not just working out alone. You're surrounded by other people. People observe each other, compare themselves, and sometimes even judge or feel judged. There are shared routines, behaviors, and unspoken rules about how to act. For example, people might feel pressured to lift a certain amount of weight, look a certain way, or follow certain workout trends. At the same time, the gym can also be motivating. Seeing others work hard can push people to improve themselves and stay consistent. This connects to cultural expectations. The gym reflects ideas about body image, gender roles, and what the ideal body should look like. These expectations can be very powerful and heavily influenced. These influence how people view themselves, how they interact with others, and what they believe success looks like in fitness. For example, there are often different expectations for men and women in the gym, like men focusing on strength and muscle, and women focusing on weight loss or toning. These ideas don't come from nowhere, they come from society and culture. Social media also plays a huge role in shaping gym culture. From what I've seen on social media, gym influencers have a huge impact on young adults and people who are into the gym, and they give motivation and want people to show up. And fitness influencers constantly share workout routines, diets, and lifestyles. This can be motivating, but it can also create unrealistic expectations. People may compare themselves to what they see online, which can affect their self-image both positively and negatively. Now, I want to talk about how I studied this topic. I used a participant observer approach, and I actually went to the gym, and I went to the Purdue Co-Rec, and I observed the behaviors, interactions, and patterns while also being part of the environment myself. So, for example, in this slide, the picture shows students on their phones during rest time, and I think that this behavior trend that is a trend that social media has highly influenced. From my personal experience, I started noticing things I hadn't paid attention to before. I saw patterns in how people acted, how they dressed, and how they interacted. I became more aware of things like judgment, comparison, and even how people relate to food and nutrition. At the same time, being a part of this environment had a positive impact on me. I started eating healthier, thinking about how I feel my body and paying attention to my habits. I also noticed how much better I felt after working out, and exercise gave me mental clarity, improved my mood, and boosted my confidence. It made me realize that the gym isn't just about physical change, it's also about mental and emotional growth. Some of the key observations I made were that discipline is very visible in the gym. You can see people are pushing themselves, staying consistent, and working towards their goals. There is also a strong sense that people are seeking validation and progress, whether that's through physical changes, strength, or even recognition from others. At the same time, the gym creates a sense of community. Even if people aren't directly talking to each other, they are still a part of a shared environment with similar goals and routines. I've seen people become friends with more people who have the same interests, like going to the gym together. I've seen motivation, people helping each other out with lifting weights or giving words of motivation. Um, Academic research supports these observations. So, studies show that exercise improves psychological well being, that fitness environments help build identity and routine, and that culture plays a major role in shaping fitness behaviors. So, when we all put this together, we could see that the gym is much more than just a place to work out. It's a cultural environment that shapes how people think, feel, and behave. It influences identity, mental health, discipline, and even social interactions. It reflects larger societal values about health, productivity, and self improvement. To conclude, the gym should not just be seen as a physical space, but as a meaningful environment that impacts people's lives in deeper ways. It has the power to support mental health, build confidence, and create a community, but it can also reinforce pressures and expectations. Understanding this helps us see fitness in a more complete way, not just as exercise, but as a social and cultural experience.